The world watches as Keir Starmer embarks on a crucial visit to Washington. The stakes couldn't be higher. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine casts a long shadow. Starmer aims to persuade a volatile President Trump to remain engaged in the crisis. He carries the hopes of a continent on his shoulders. This isn't just another diplomatic trip, it's a high-stakes gamble. The future of Ukraine, and perhaps even Europe, hangs in the balance. Can Starmer, a man of reason and diplomacy, sway the unpredictable Trump? The world holds its breath. The outcome of this visit will have far-reaching consequences. Success could pave the way for peace and stability in Europe. Failure could embolden Russia and further fracture the transatlantic alliance. The weight of history rests on Starmer's shoulders. Starmer's primary objective is clear, secure, continued American support for Ukraine. This means more than just words. Europe needs concrete action, military aid, financial assistance, and perhaps most importantly, a seat at the negotiating table for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. France, under the leadership of President Macron, stands shoulder to shoulder with Britain. Together, they are spearheading a diplomatic offensive to keep America engaged. The message is clear: Ukraine's fight is Europe's fight, and America's support is crucial for victory. But securing American support is no easy feat. Trump's relationship with Europe is, to put it mildly, complicated. He has criticized NATO, questioned European defense spending, and even threatened trade wars. Persuading him to prioritize Ukraine will require a masterful display of diplomacy. Starmer must tread carefully. He must appeal to Trump's sense of deal-making, his desire for American leadership, and his aversion to Russian aggression. It's a delicate dance, but one that Starmer must execute flawlessly if he hopes to achieve his goals. Starmer arrives in Washington with a significant bargaining chip, a substantial increase in UK defense spending. He has pledged to raise it to 2.5% of GDP by 2027, and even higher in the years to come. This is no small feat, especially in a time of economic uncertainty. This move is a clear signal to Trump. The UK is serious about its security, and its commitment to NATO is unwavering. It's also a shrewd tactical maneuver. Trump has repeatedly criticized European allies for not pulling their weight on defense. By significantly increasing UK spending, Starmer can neutralize this criticism and demonstrate that he understands Trump's language of strength. However, this increase in defense spending comes at a cost. To fund it, Starmer has had to make difficult choices, including cuts to other areas of the budget. These cuts have not been without controversy, but Starmer argues that they are necessary to ensure the UK's security in an increasingly dangerous world. The question now is whether this gamble will pay off. Will Trump be swayed by this show of commitment, or will he remain skeptical of European intentions? Only time will tell. Dealing with Donald Trump has never been easy. His unpredictable nature, his transactional approach to diplomacy, and his penchant for off-the-cuff remarks make him a formidable negotiating partner. Starmer knows this all too well. To succeed, he must navigate the Trump enigma with the utmost care. He must appeal to Trump's ego, flatter his sense of importance, and frame the Ukraine issue in a way that resonates with Trump's worldview. It's a delicate dance, requiring a blend of firmness and flexibility, principle and pragmatism. Starmer has chosen to play the role of the bridge builder, the Trump whisperer. He believes that the best way to influence Trump is not through confrontation, but through engagement. He seeks to find common ground, to build a personal rapport, and to nudge Trump towards a more constructive stance on Ukraine. This approach is not without its risks. Some critics argue that it legitimizes Trump's behavior and emboldens his worst instincts. Others worry that Starmer is being played by a master manipulator. Only time will tell whether Starmer's gamble will pay off. Europe's response to the Trump presidency has been far from united. Some leaders advocate a policy of disengagement, arguing that Trump is too unreliable and too unpredictable to be a reliable partner. They believe that Europe should focus on building its own defenses and reducing its dependence on the United States. Others, like Starmer and Macron, believe that engagement is the only viable option. They argue that, despite his flaws, Trump remains the leader of the free world, and a crucial ally in the face of Russian aggression. They believe that by working with Trump, albeit cautiously and strategically, Europe can influence his decision-making and protect its interests. This division within Europe weakens its position on the world stage. It sends a message of disunity and uncertainty to both allies and adversaries. It also makes it more difficult to coordinate a common response to the challenges posed by Russia, China, and other global actors. Starmer's visit to Washington is therefore not just about Ukraine, it's also about the future of the transatlantic alliance and Europe's role in the world.